He says, in order for research to be effective, what I take as research is it could be what you're creating, right? It could be what you're building. It could be what you're doing. It could be what you're innovating, right? In order for your focus to be effective, because whatever you focus on, you're creating. In order for that focus to be effective, it has to be, firstly, the disorganizer, which means it's disorganizing the present, and it's the creation of a new future, and it's even the enemy of the present, right? And so the future, in order for it to be effective, it has to be going for something that you don't know how to do, right? Just as an example, when I was thinking of, so that goal then, or that future, which is the thing that you're trying to research to solve, they call that deliberate practice in psychology, but it could be innovation, it could be research, whatever it is you're doing, you're trying to solve a goal, right? So if you go back to Alicia, she had one thing that she was trying to solve, which is how do I make it easier for people and to achieve their goals in credit. She started researching that. And so she came up then with Level Up Score. Then she thought, how do I get this into thousands of people's hands, right? That then led to research on how do I get it into thousands of people's hands? Oh, partner with other software companies, right? And so, but that research had to let her stop doing what she was doing in the present, right? They sometimes call that creative destruction, right? The new future forces that, first off, creative destruction of getting rid of the present and then finding the better path. But the reason I'm saying all this is, what are you researching right now? What are you trying to solve right now? Right? What are you creating through that research? Are you trying to figure out, how do I get to retirement? Is that your research? Right? Is it, how do I, what is it? The thing that and so that then leads you to what kind of goal would shape a research and an innovation that would lead to results that no one else has even considered, right? It's like if you thought about, just what I do, like at scaling, we're researching how do we help companies 10x in 3 years or less. And so that's what we're researching. We're trying to solve that. We're innovating that. That's what we're focusing on. That's what we're catching all of our blind spots on, right? And so it's like, but I think more broadly, I'm always thinking about how do you experience a paradigm shift that transforms what you do, right? That's what I've been researching for the last 10 years, right? And that leads to insights like future self or science of scaling. So the only reason your future shapes what you're researching. And in most people are just trying to perpetuate today, trying to defend today, rather than having a future that dismantles today a little bit and forces you to do better research or better creation, to create something better. But if you think about the moon mission, right, just as an idea, that was a goal that forced them to do very interesting research. How do we get to the moon? So going for seemingly impossible goals, or changing the goal, rather than how do I ever make $1 million, how do I do it in a week? That's going to lead to different research, right? It's going to, so your goal shapes your creativity. It creates it forces you to solve different things. And I think a lot of people are not solving very powerful things, which they could be if they had a future that invited them to go to that level.
So good. So when you talked about creative destruction, I love that term. If you are not actively, this is the first thing that came to my mind. If you are not actively using creative destruction by focusing on your future to disrupt your present, what's going to happen is other people who are focused on creative destruction are going to create something that's going to destroy your present for you, and you are going to become obsolete.